Hello everyone. Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with where you are from and what time you're watching. That way, YouTube will keep showing you stories just like this one. Now, let's begin. Before anyone asks why I have a stranger on my Snapchat in the first place, I want to clarify that whenever people add me, whether it's from my Instagram or just quick add, I always add them back. However, I don't remember adding this guy at all. So basically, started yesterday when my cousin and I got home from a party around 10 p.m. We were sitting in my living room for a while, just watching Netflix, and nothing seemed weird during that time. At one point, I jokingly said to my cousin, "Look behind you, because we always mess with each other like that." Except, she was pretty sure she saw something move in the window behind her. Not thinking much of it, I figured she was trying to scare me back and forgot about it. That was until, out of nowhere, my dog jumped up, ran to the front door, and started barking, really aggressively. We kept yelling at her to stop, but she didn't leave it alone for at least another 3 minutes. I thought maybe she heard a noise from the TV or something that scared her, but the movie we were watching had ended like 30 minutes earlier, and we were both just sitting in silence on our phones. Keep in mind, this happened around 12 a.m. After this happened, I was nervous and confused, but my dog had done this a few times before. So again, I tried to ignore it and not overthink. It was around 1 a.m. when my cousin and I decided to go upstairs and start getting ready for bed. I was lying down on my phone, checking Snapchat, when I decided to open Snap Maps and I saw it. Somebody was at my house with me. I started thinking of all the possibilities. Who could be that close to me? The guy's name was Sebastian. At this point, I was really confused and starting to get worried because I don't even know a Sebastian. Hey, like I said before, I don't remember ever adding a Sebastian. I went back downstairs to check and make sure all the doors were locked. In our house, we have an alarm system that chimes whenever a door is opened, shed, backyard gate, or any door, really. But for some reason, it was unplugged, meaning if any door had been opened, no one in our house would have been notified. Asked my cousin if she unplugged it, and she said she didn't even know we had it. I was genuinely worried now because when I checked Snap Map, it said he was last seen an hour ago. And an hour ago was exactly when my dog started barking at the front door for no reason. The more I thought about it, the more everything started connecting. But there was nothing I could do. I'd already checked downstairs, locked everything up, and nothing seemed out of place. I do have multiple cameras around the house, and I decided I'd just check them in the morning since I needed to get the password from my mom anyway. It's currently the afternoon now, and I'm still waiting to check the cameras. Nothing weird has happened today yet. But when I last checked Snap Map, it said he was seen 11 minutes ago. And still at my house, I sent him a message asking, "Who are you?" Atia replied, "Who are you?" I didn't answer. His Snapchat score is 28,000, so it's unlikely that this is just some fake throwaway account. I'm not really sure what to do. I don't have solid proof of anything to bring to the cops yet. Everything feels weirdly coincidental. And it's really making me uncomfortable being in my own home now. Update: today has literally been crazy. My cousin and I have both been really freaked out, so let me start with last night. We were hearing strange things all night. I even thought I heard people talking outside around 2 or 3 a.m. And yes, for those of you who keep telling me to call the police, we did. But that was this morning. Last night, we just assumed we were being paranoid. Sebastian wasn't on Snap Map anymore, so we figured maybe we were overreacting. But we were wrong. We finally got the password to check the cameras. Thankfully, nothing showed from the night before. But then we checked the footage from around 2 a.m. this morning, and we found something. The camera picked up a figure. I have multiple pictures. The figure looks white, but I think the camera inverted it. It was likely a person wearing all black. Still, we don't know for sure. These photos are screenshots from when I first noticed he was on the Snap map. It's literally right at my house. So, again, for those of you who kept telling us to call the police, we did. They came this morning, checked the footage, and even searched around our property to make sure no one was lurking. They said they'd patrol around our neighborhood at night for the next few days. They made a report for trespassing, and we gave them as much information as we could. We both feel a little better now. But it's still very unnerving knowing someone really was lurking around our home. Neither of us can figure out what he wanted or what he was trying to do. He just looked like he was walking around. But we really have no clue. This whole ordeal has been very stressful and scary for me, my cousin, and my family. I'm still really shaken up and worried that he might return with worse intentions. But through everything, I appreciate all the support. I truly hope this will be the last of my updates on this. I had blocked this story from my memory until my girlfriend reminded me of it a couple of days ago. I started dating my girlfriend at the end of my senior year, and before we started dating, I used multiple dating apps. In many of my dating profiles, I had my Snapchat listed so that people could add me. This is important. Nothing led to anything with the dating apps. I talked to people for a bit, and eventually the conversation would die out. When I began dating my girlfriend, I had deleted the apps but never deleted my account, meaning people could still see my profile and my Snapchat in it. I realized this after a few people would add me, but it didn't go anywhere because I'd tell them I had a girlfriend. As you would imagine, the conversation would end there. But there was this one guy that added me. Let's call him Adam. He asked me if I was available. Being straight, I was used to guys adding me, so I gave him the usual response: sorry, I'm straight and I have a girlfriend. I expected him to leave me alone, but he didn't. At first, the messages were normal. How was your day? And what did you do today? Simple stuff like that. Being the nice guy I am, I responded because I thought this guy just wanted to be friends. And having a gay friend is okay with me. Then the messages progressively got more creepy. He started asking questions about my girlfriend Dan, not the basic questions. Questions like, do you guys have sex a lot? Or just other really personal questions. I simply responded with, those are kind of personal questions. And I don't feel like it's right for me to share my dating business. Adam would always apologize and not talk to me for a few days. Then he would hit me up again and ask creepy questions again. I eventually told my girlfriend about the situation. For those who don't know, my girlfriend is super sweet, but she is also very aggressively protective over me. So she adds this guy and basically tells him that he needs to leave me alone. Unfortunately, this enraged Adam, who responded by saying that I need to dump this now because she's a naturally. I defended my girlfriend and blocked Adam. Everything was cool for a week until another account added me. The guy's name was Tyler, and he was super chill. He was super nice to me and respected my relationship with my girlfriend. As the days went by, I started to notice that Tyler's vocabulary was very similar to Adam's. I wasn't sure about it, so I didn't make any assumptions that it was him. So I gave Tyler's snap to my girlfriend, who added him to investigate. As soon as she adds Tyler's snap, Tyler flips out on her, which confirms that it was Adam. As soon as this realization is made, I block him again. From here, everything goes quiet from Adam for about a month. So I live in the suburbs of Chicago. And both my girlfriend and I live down the street from each other. Naturally, we do see each other a lot, and both our families are really good friends. On top of that, our families would also house a sit or pet sit for each other. Anyway, a month goes by until I get a letter with no address or name on it, just my name on the front. I open it, and to my shock and horror, it is basically a love letter from Adam. The premise of the letter was basically him saying that he loves me and wants me to run off with him. The letter also takes a very sexual turn halfway through, with him describing what he wants me to do to him and him to do to me. At this moment, two horrifying realizations hit me. One is that he knows my address, and two, he dropped that letter off himself, meaning that he is in my town. I immediately called my girlfriend, who was equally as shocked as I am. And after consulting with my parents, we called the cops. Unfortunately, since I had blocked as well as removed Adam's social media information, and the letter had no return address, there was nothing we could do about it. Day after day, letters would keep appearing in my mailbox until they also started appearing in my girlfriend's mailbox as well. Her letters were far worse than mine. Adam wrote of how much he hated her and how much he wanted to hurt her. He also stated many times the ways he would inflict pain on her until she broke up with me. Like me, she took this to the cops, and again, they could do nothing about it. My girlfriend's family had plans to go to Hawaii for a vacation, and I was to house a set for them. The first couple of days went fine until one of the last nights of the week. As per usual, I was over at their house watching TV on the couch when the power went out. Mind you, it was around 1 a.m. and it was pitch black when those lights went out. The next few seconds were silent when I heard a window smash from the office. To understand this more, let me give you the layout of the house. When you enter the front door, to your left was the living room. Straight ahead were both the kitchen and stairs, and to the right were the office and dining room. On the upstairs level, as soon as you reach the top of the stairs, a bathroom was straight ahead. My girlfriend's room was on the right, and the other bedrooms were on the left. Immediately, I shot up, grabbed the kitchen knife, and ran upstairs to hide while I called the cops. I quickly got into my girlfriend's room and slipped into the closet. As soon as I was able to contact the operator, I heard the pounding of the intruder running up the steps. Thankfully, I had relayed all the information to the operator in time, but then stayed on the phone as we both remained quiet. The intruder took a left when he reached the top of the stairs, which gave more time for the cops to arrive and for me to get ready just in case I needed to defend myself. A few minutes go by until I hear the intruder start walking toward my girlfriend's room. In the only few precious seconds I had, I slipped out of the closet and positioned myself next to the door. As soon as he opened the door and started to enter the room, I took the knife and drove it into his shoulder. A young man screamed in pain as I heard a heavy metallic object make a large thud as it hit the ground. From there, I bolted out of the house, where I was met by 4 squad cars and cops with their guns raised. I threw my hands up, shouting that he was upstairs in the right room. A few minutes go by, and the intruder was dragged out, still screaming in pain. With the siren lights flooding in the street, I got a glimpse of his face. It was Adam. And I was informed later by an officer that the metallic thud was made by him dropping his handgun. Adam was from Texas and had traveled up to my state to be with me. He had rented a room at a local motel and would put letters in both my girlfriend's and my mailbox daily. He would do this in the early hours of the morning, which was confirmed by the security footage of the motel he was staying at. That night, Adam had plans to kill my girlfriend and her family, so I would choose to be with him. He managed to pry open the power box and switch off the power to her house, along with neighboring houses, and broken with the intent of her being there. Well, unfortunately for him, she was enjoying a tropical vacation. To be honest, I have no idea how this outcome would be different if they did not go on vacation. And I am grateful that I still have my girlfriend as well as her family alive. So Adam, please stay the heck away from my girlfriend and me. I'm a fairly typical 20-something student working full-time, and I supplement my income by selling my panties online. I was recruited to be a panty model for an up-and-coming site through the Gone Wild type subs here on Reddit. All to count here, by the way, so don't waste your time. None of my content includes my face. and I am always careful to follow any and all safety precautions to mainly protect my identity, even going so far as to have my social media account under a sort of pseudonym instead of my full legal name, just in case. Also important, I live with my boyfriend, Jason, and we have a non-monogamous relationship. At the time this happened, I was sleeping with a guy. Logan, this was not and is not public information, but something only a handful of people know about. Most of my concern about being exposed was around my Reddit posting. I became quite popular to the point of being very overwhelmed, so I backed off and stopped posting altogether. Things settled down after a while, and I all but forgot about my Gone Wild days. About 6 months ago, the anonymous app called Scariest came out. Curious, I made an account and shared the link on my Snapchat story. The app allows users to send anonymous messages to people. All you have to know is their username. Knowing a lot of my friends had received negative messages, I braced myself for what at the time seemed the worst-case scenario. Haters. I was curious to see what kind of negative things people would say to me anonymously, so I was almost disappointed when the response was exclusively positive. People sent lots of jokes, inside jokes, and compliments. It was nice, but that part of me that craves adversity and antagonism was left unfulfilled. Oh well. I went to bed, but I woke up to a message. I wish you'd post on Reddit again. Okay, somebody's messing with me. A few of my friends know I posted nudes on Reddit, and one of them has decided it would be fun to screw with me. I decide to ignore the message. I love buying your panties and your notes you write me. By this time, I had already confronted the very few friends who were privy to my Reddit postings. Nobody claimed to know anything about the Scariest messages. Even fewer people knew about the panty selling. This is when the inkling of dread began. But I pushed it out of my mind and told myself that somebody was just screwing with me. I posted a text-only snap to my story. Okay, here's the attention you want. Thank you for the attention, Alessander. You are a goddess. Alluding to both my model pseudonym and my Reddit username. Even fewer people are privy to both of these aliases. My stomach sinks. Another message, do you think your boyfriend or Logan would mind if we underscore? I feel ill. The probability that this is just one of my friends pranking me is dwindling down to 0. I take note of the people that have viewed my story and write down the names or usernames and make another post. No, but I might if you're going to be such a creep.
Oh.
I would never go through with it. I adore you too much.
Oh.
I love seeing you at work and uni. I can come over this evening to your apartment if Jason is at work. At this point, I'm left stunned. I quickly make another note of the people that had seen the previous story post, narrowing down the possible suspects. Does this person really work at the same place and go to the same school as me? Surely that narrows it down, right? They could be bullshitting though. I make another story post, trying to be a hard ass and lure another response since they were coming so quickly now. Says the coward, hiding behind anonymity. I will come over, just give me a time. Don't worry, I know what apartment you're in. Or we can meet at the playground that you see every morning when you leave. I'm sick to my stomach. Whoever this is isn't my friend, and they know way too much about me for me to not know who they are. Story views have narrowed the possible down to 4. I post again. Can't really make plans with this kind of one-sided communication. Sorry, bud. Meet me at a Taco Bell on 8th, across from McDonald's. I'll buy you lunch if dessert is on you. Got them, somebody named Mark. I sent them a message on Snapchat. What's up? He says. What's up? Back. Some interesting coincidences with story views. And Sarah messages. I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone now.